Liverpool's 2-1 loss against Chelsea left more questions than answers, but one moment stood out before the game even kicked off. Florian Wirtz, Liverpool's big summer signing, was on the bench. For a player who was supposed to transform their midfield, it was a shocking decision. And it forces us to ask, was this a tactical tweak, a punishment for poor form, or a much bigger problem? Did Liverpool make a huge mistake with their biggest signing? When Liverpool signed Florian Wirtz, expectations were massive. He was seen as one of Europe's brightest young stars, the creative playmaker to finally replace the long-term influence of players like Coutinho or even prime Firmino in terms of link-up and chance creation. The hype was justified. At Leverkusen, he was the spark in Xabi Alonso's system, creating chances, scoring goals, and carrying an attacking threat from midfield. Liverpool fans believed he would come in and instantly elevate the side. But the Premier League is a different beast. In Germany, Wirtz had time and space to operate. In England, he's been pressed aggressively, tackled harder, and forced into quick decisions. The numbers already tell a story. Wirtz has struggled to influence games consistently, and his attacking output has dropped compared to his Leverkusen days. That's not unusual for a new signing, but for a player Liverpool invested so heavily in, patience is limited. Against Chelsea, Arne Slot decided to drop him, and that decision sent a clear message. Form matters more than reputation. Wirtz has looked sluggish, uncertain, and lacking confidence. Instead of dictating games, he's been on the periphery, often losing the ball or failing to create openings. Liverpool's midfield, which was supposed to be revolutionized by his arrival, still looks like a work in progress. So why did Arne Slot bench him? The first explanation is tactical. Chelsea are aggressive, athletic, and quick in midfield. Against Chelsea, Arne Slot may have wanted more defensive balance in midfield, going with players like Alexis Mac Allister and Ryan Gravenberch, two who can cover ground, press aggressively, and protect the back line. That's understandable. But the flip side is worrying. If Wirtz can't be trusted in these big games, what does that say about his role in the squad? The second explanation is form. Wirtz hasn't adapted quickly enough. His decision-making is slower than the pace of the Premier League, and instead of being the star, he's looked like the weak link. Slot might be sending a message, not just to Wirtz, but to the entire squad. Nobody is undroppable. That's a classic move from a new manager trying to set standards, but it's also risky. Benching your record signing this early could crush his confidence rather than build it. The third possibility runs deeper. Maybe Liverpool simply haven't figured out how to use Wirtz yet. Did they really need him? Or did they need a different type of midfielder? Someone more physical, more suited to the league, maybe a Rodri or Rice-type presence? Because right now, Liverpool's midfield still feels unbalanced. Mac Allister provides control. Gravenberch adds energy, but they lack a consistent creative link. Wirtz was supposed to be that piece. Instead, he started on the bench, and though he came on at halftime, his influence came only in moments rather than over the full game. This isn't just about one match against Chelsea. It's about a bigger pattern. Liverpool's midfield rebuild has dragged on for years. From Fabinho and Wijnaldum leaving to Henderson and Milner moving on, the club has struggled to replace leadership, energy, and creativity all at once. Under Arne Slot, there's progress, but not consistency. Mac Allister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, now Wirtz, none have completely solved the puzzle. Instead of feeling stable, Liverpool's midfield still looks like a rotation lab. And when you're constantly switching combinations, chemistry never settles. Look around the league. Arsenal are flying with a settled core. Spurs under Thomas Frank have found balance, with Romero leading the defense and Tell and Kudus making instant impacts. Manchester City, even with their issues, still have Rodri anchoring everything. Liverpool, they look uncertain. The decision to bench Wirtz first half, then bring him on, wasn't just about him. It showed Slot is still searching for his best mix in midfield. To be fair, Wirtz is still young and adapting. Plenty of stars have needed time to adjust. Kai Havertz struggled before finding form at Arsenal. Kevin De Bruyne looked lost before becoming a City legend. Writing Wirtz off now would be premature, but the concern isn't just about him. It's about fit. Did Liverpool sign a player who suits Slot's high-tempo system, or chase hype over need? There's also the mental side. Wirtz came with pressure and expectation. He knows the price tag, the spotlight. Being benched for a big game can sting, even if he came on later. That moment tests mentality. Some rise to it, others fade. The next few weeks will show which kind of player he is. So, was it a mistake to bench him against Chelsea? From one angle, no. Slot wanted control early, and Wirtz hadn't provided that. From another, maybe yes. You don't spend that much to keep your top signing out of the starting lineup in a top 4 clash. It either shows tactical pragmatism or uncertainty, and both raise questions about Liverpool's direction. For Liverpool fans, the worry isn't just Wirtz, it's the bigger picture. The attack still leans on Salah's brilliance. The midfield remains unsettled. The defense mixes brilliance with chaos. In a season where Arsenal, City, and Spurs all look sharp, Liverpool can't afford to get this wrong. If Wirtz finds rhythm, Liverpool's season can still turn. The talent is there, vision, creativity, and technical class. But if he keeps struggling to impose himself, and if Slot keeps rotating him, this move could start looking like an expensive experiment that never quite fit. So let's end with the big question. Did Liverpool get the system wrong for Florian Wirtz? Or is this just part of his growing pains? Was starting him on the bench a smart tactical move, or a sign of deeper uncertainty about where he fits? Because in the end, Wirtz's story could define more than just Liverpool's season. It could define what this new era under Arne Slot really stands for. Is it about patience, development, and trusting the process? Or is it about instant impact and ruthless results? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is Florian Wirtz being wasted at Liverpool, or will he prove everyone wrong in the weeks ahead?